On this episode of My So-Called Podcast, we go back to July 23rd, 1999.
When Jan De Bont unleashed The Haunting and Destiny's Child released their second album, The Writings on the Wall.
Welcome to My So-Called Podcast. I'm Gary Linton.
And I'm Eric Spiegel.
Well, yeah. Oh, no, this is our Rocktober episode with Destiny's Child.
And The Haunting.
Oh, yeah, because that rocks. That movie rocks.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, no, yeah. This is another episode of, it's another Shocktober episode of My So-Called Podcast.
Shocking y'all.
Shocker. I don't know.
Did you ever see Shocker, the Wes Craven movie about the guy that was executed?
Electrocuted. I think I did see that.
Oh, really? I always got that mixed up with Dr. Giggles.
With, from Darkman.
Darkman's nemesis.
Yeah, he was in Dr. Giggles.
And the intellectually disabled
Darkman
lawyer.
was in in The Haunting.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All the connections. Shocktober. Shocker. Dr. Giggles.
Yes.
Darkman's nemesis. Darkman. The Haunting.
That's how we decided to do this episode.
Yeah. It's simple geometry.
Exactly.
Gary.
Just follow the line.
Follow the money.
A to B to C to D.
To Dr. Giggles.
To Dr. Giggles.
Here we are again, Gary.
Another week.
Another episode of My So-Called Podcast. A podcast, you might ask, what's that?
What's the point?
I can't go there.
No.
There isn't one.
No.
The podcast that answers the question, were there any movies released in the 90s? With a resounding yes.
Yeah. We answer it
one at a time.
emphatically. Yes.
Every other week, we answer yes.
Movies.
And we answered the question, did anybody release any albums in the 90s? That same week of that movie that you talked about just a second ago?
Well, we talk about the album first.
Right, but in this hypothetical, somebody was asking us, were any movies released?
Okay.
Anyway, movies and albums were released each week in the 90s, and we go there.
Yeah, well, we're experts because, we lived through it. We lived through the 90s.
We've lived to tell the tale.
Exactly. Did you see, sidebar, did you see that Jonah, what's his name?
Jonah Hex?
No, that's the Western Outlaw. The actor.
Jonah Jameson.
No, that's the...
Spider-Man's boss?
Yeah. The Peter Parker's boss. He hates Spider-Man.
But he wants more pictures of him.
Exactly. From
Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill as a movie, mid-90s.
Yeah. I know. I'm going to sue him for copyright infringement.
We're just going to ride that wave.
Jonah Hill's in a movie with Emma Stone.
Television show. Maniac?
Television event.
Yes.
He was already in a movie with Emma Stone. Do you remember which one?
Easy A.
No.
La La Land.
No.
I'm pretty sure Jonah Hill is Ryan Gosling.
Superbad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
That was the first time I ever saw Emma Stone.
I think, yeah. Maybe. I think
it was that, Zombieland, Easy A. That was her.
That was your...
I was like, I think this kid is going places. Get me more pictures of Spider-Man.
She's got the chops.
Yeah.
If you don't.
And how?
For
miles. Boom.
Auga.
Woof. Woof. Wait, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Hubba. Hubba.
That your Tex Avery wolf? There it is. Your tongue just fell through the table.
Sorry, Gary. I'll put that back in my mouth now.
Like a lampshade.
What?
You know, they pull the lampshade down.
That's right. So what do we do next?
Oh, we go.
Where are we going
questions.
back to?
Oh, we're going back to 1999, the week of July 23rd. I believe The Haunting was released that Friday, and then the next Tuesday is when Destiny's Child released The Writings on the Wall.
Yeah.
So
their breakthrough album.
Yeah.
So it was big pop culture happenings, and we're gonna go there for you.
Yeah, we're gonna discuss that. We're gonna talk about him. All right.
Would you like to do some trivia questions?
I would love to hear this.
I'm winning.
Okay.
15-3, and I will ask you a question first since I'm winning.
Okay.
What diva pitched a fit at Heathrow Airport after being stopped in the name of security?
Oh, I'm going to go with Diana Ross.
Well, that's right. What's the deal there?
Oh, I mean, stop in the name of love.
Oh.
Stop in the name of security.
In the name of security.
Yeah. Thanks.
You don't know this story.
Oh no, she thought she was a plane and she was getting ready to take off, and they were like, "Whoa, Miss Ross!"
So she was stopped by security while running down the runway with both arms outstretched, going.
Yep, and they were like, "We know you're supreme, but you're not the supreme being. You can't fly."
And she was like, Get out of here. I'm trying to segue to a song.
Mahogany.
I don't know. That's 1 point for you, Gary.
Awesome. Yeah, racket. Count it. No. Okay, there's a lot of sounds going on. All right. Okay. All right, I'll just wait. Okay.
Don't you think pull sounds are hilarious?
No. Okay. What film title did U.S. Catholic Magazine use as a cover line for a 1999 story about Jesus' mom?
Mamma Mia? American Pie?
No.
The Wood.
Yeah.
The Blair Witch Project.
What are you seem to be looking at something. I think that might be cheating. I'm going to have to throw a flag.
Okay.
There's something about Mary.
That's funny.
Yeah. U.S. Catholic Magazine. Pretty funny.
I remember the U.S. Catholic Magazine, the St. Louis St. Louis Catholic Magazine. They used to have a rating system of their own, which was like general audiences, teens, adults only, or morally offensive.
Right.
You remember that?
I do remember that, yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure There's Something About Mary would have gotten the
morally
MO. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, she puts jizz in her hair.
Yeah, well, it's not confirmed. I mean, we see him masturbating, and in the next scene, she's like, "What's that, gel?" And puts it. I don't think it ever say.
Right. You see his balls through his.
Oh, that's it. No, because it's zipped up. That's right. That's true. That is morally offensive. Just thinking about it, I feel like I'm going to hell.
I think it's humor offensive because I didn't think that movie was very funny.
No, yeah, there's yeah.
Did you like it?
I was the scene I remember most that I was like, I don't like this, is the scene where the guy is in his crutches and he's trying to bend down and pick something up. Yeah. They just played that too long, and I was like, I'm not enjoying this.
There's a really sunburned old woman with
a
chihuahua that
right.
keeps
And
getting
when you see
thrown
her
out a
boobs,
window. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, I just felt like Gross.
And then I guess it was kind of funny that Ben Stiller kept saying Brett Favre.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was kind of...
I mean, that sounds funny.
Yeah,
that sounds like my level of humor.
Right.
Gary?
Yep.
Let's see what we got for you. What animated TV show features 3 kids who hang out in a clubhouse called Club Ed?
Oh, that's Ed, and Eddie.
That's right, Gary.
Look at that. I thought Pink Floyd was going to start playing.
I would have got that wrong. Keep going.
Yeah.
Money!
It's a gas. Oh, now we got to pay for that song. What nationwide movie guide and ticket business became part of the AOL family in 1999?
Welcome to Movie Phone.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes. It sounds like you got an extra life. Oh, jeez.
That was funny, Gary.
Thanks.
It's funny.
Okay.
What name was given to the 770,000 square mile territory created for Canada's Inuit people?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Nunavut.
Oh, okay.
I have never heard of that.
No.
Although, in my defense, I've never heard of Ed, and Eddie.
Oh, yeah. That was a Cartoon Network show.
Hmm.
Okay. So, what museum increased tourism in Spain and provided a cool backdrop to a James Bond flick?
I don't think I know any museums in Spain.
Yeah. So, I'm going to probably... the Guggenheim Bilboa.
Oh, yeah. I've never heard of that.
I only asked that question because I saw that.
What Bond? Would that have been like Die Another Day or something?
Yeah, maybe.
With Denise Richards as Christmas Jones.
Yeah. Oh, that's horrible.
I can't wait to open my Christmas present.
Yeah, maybe Christmas does come more than once a year.
Boobs.
Yeah, exactly. So you only got one. I only asked that question because it was James Bond. Yeah. Good stuff.
Gary, I have 16. You have 15. You are closing the gap.
Love it.
Closing the gap.
Love it. John Lovett. John
The
Lovett.
liar.
Yeah, exactly.
The critic.
Yep.
The replacement for Phil Hartman of News Radio.
Yeah, that was a shame.
Bad. When Phil Hartman died?
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Gary.
Yes.
Welcome to
Top 10 singles
the
that were released.
Top 10 albums
Oh,
that were released
okay.
this week. Number 10, Surrender by the Chemical Brothers. Number 9, The Man Who.
Oh, Travis.
That's right. Number 8, Synchronized with a K by Jamiroquai.
Oh.
Number
But
7.
that's not the one we talked about, right?
No. I find this to be puzzling. See if you can wrap your head around this. The very best of the Capitol Reprise years, Dean Martin.
Okay.
Why is that? Is that the swing dance thing happening?
Maybe, yeah.
Causing that to happen?
Maybe.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Number 6, the party album, ! Venga Boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
Number 5, Gold, Greatest Hits, ABBA.
Oh, yeah, sure. I own a copy of that.
Number 4, My Love Is Your Love, Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Number 3, Come On Over.
Shania Twain.
Correct. Number 2, Ricky Martin.
Oh, I don't know what the name of that album was. It
Ricky Martin's the name of the album.
Oh,
the
okay.
artist.
Oh, okay. No, I don't have no idea.
It's eponymous. It's Ricky
okay.
Martin. And number 1, By Request, is the name of the album by the boy band Boyzone.
Boyzone.
Or as I call them, Boys Own.
Boyzone. Boys One.
Boys One.
Boys One.
Because they are at number 1.
Right.
Boys
I tried to sneak into the boy zone, and they were like, "Sorry, dude, you're not boy enough to be in the boy zone."
Were you wearing a dress or something?
Yeah, I was.
That makes sense. So that is what was out
Yep.
the week that Destiny's Child's second album came out.
Yes, Destiny's Child. Well, I'm already done with this episode. So, all right, Eric. So, Destiny's Child, you may not know this, but it contained an artist that becomes
Kelly
kind of
Rowland.
famous. Yes, she becomes famous these days. She's known as the Queen Bee. You
The
know?
Beehive?
Yes. So,
Taylor Swift.
either Beyonce Knowles should have stayed in Destiny's Child based on this album, or she made the right choice of flying solo.
I think she made the right choice flying solo because it seems like there was an awful lot of drama about who deserved credit for the Destiny's Child album.
Yeah.
And so when she became solo, it became clear that she did.
Yeah, exactly. And I was reading up on this that there were like even some of these songs that were just her. She's singing backup for some of them.
Really?
Yeah, it was and it was like, oh, okay. I guess she did not need the other girls in the band.
Well, I don't think there's a problem having girls in the band with you, but I think that they at times were like, shouldn't it be equal time for all of us? And it seems like whenever they said that, they'd be like, actually, you're fired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because okay, so I guess this is an interesting album. This is one of the more like we can talk about what was going on with the band while they were making this album, as opposed to just how you like the songs.
Well, I mean, should we talk about the songs first?
Sure, we can.
What
talk
do you
about
think
this.
of listening to this album? Just you don't know a damn thing about Beyonce Knowles, Destiny's Child, the drama, etc. You just hear this album. What do you think?
Well, so there were 4 songs on this album that I've heard before because
they were huge mega hits.
Yeah, exactly.
They were inescapable.
You could not. So and so I knew them, and
they were in order: Bills, 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 Bugaboo, Say My Name,
yep,
and Jumpin', Jumpin'.
Right.
Those were the big
4.
old honkers.
And
you heard them at the club. You heard them at Club Fitness.
You heard them
while you're ordering a club sandwich.
While you were on the golf course, and you asked your caddy for a club, and he's like, "Bills, Bills, Bills,"
and say my name,
which is a really good song. I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
That's your favorite?
I think so.
I feel like that one suffers by ubiquity.
Yeah,
more than the other 3.
Probably.
The other 3 were like, oh, I remember these songs.
I'm guilty.
Say My Name's like, yep.
Yeah.
I know that one.
You know what? Listening to it this time was the only time that I've really put together that I was like, oh, she's calling him on the phone. And that's why she's saying.
Right, because she thinks he's with another
girl. Right. It would not work today because it would just be like text messaging. What's at my name? What's my at? What's at my name?
Yeah, I never put it together either. This is the most careful listen to Say My Name that I've had as well.
Yeah.
And I think it was the second time I listened to the album that I was like, oh,
yeah,
there's a story
exactly.
here.
I never put that together either.
They all have a story. They're mostly talking to a dude. So, it's like second person.
Yeah, and
this is what's going on with you.
And this guy's a scrub, right?
This has a lot in common with No Scrubs.
Bills definitely does. I didn't realize
so
how
Bugaboo. Yeah. Bugaboo is basically, well, No Scrubs and Bugaboo are like the same song.
I didn't realize if we had such a problem with Scrubs back in the 90s, but apparently we did.
The late 90s, it was a real problem.
They were you couldn't go out the front door without stepping on some Scrubs.
Shut the front door, Gary. I like this song.
Yeah, this one's not bad.
It's fun.
We gotta, so these are the 4 singles, but I also gotta mention track 1.
Oh,
Can we,
snap.
do I want to change gears real fast?
It was hard for me to get past track 1. I was like, am I going to be able to listen to this album?
No.
Although, it's something.
Yeah.
Let's have a listen.
Yeah, when this sets the stage for your album.
It's a problem.
Right.
So what is it? Explain what this is.
Well, so there's a in the late 90s there was well, I guess I don't know, it went into the 2000s, sketches. Like, you know, hip hop and R&B artists wanted to have
the
Biggie Smalls,
RZA,
yeah, Wu-Tang Clan,
Wu-Tang had tons of that.
And Kanye's
this meeting here today in Kalistaraki. I also want to thank you and all the
yeah, that's
other
it. You can stop that. We don't need to listen anymore of it.
So what is it? What's going on there?
I don't even know what's going on there.
It's like they are the Godfather.
Right.
And you've been brought forth in front of the Godfather, and they're doing the whole, like, and one day I shall need a request of bloody from you. But then the rest of it, the rest of the album, the theme is thou shalt not blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's really more biblical.
Right. And that's at the end of each song.
The beginning.
Well, it's actually talking about the next song, but it actually is at the end of the song.
Oh, I see. I just listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm really more of an album person than a track listing person.
Oh, I
here.
gotcha.
I'm sorry. So, for example...
Thou shall pay bills.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how some of them are a little nuanced. Like, I kind of think you might be cheating on me, so maybe say my name while I'm talking on the phone to you. But the other one's like, you broke.
Yeah, right. Oh.
And jumpin', what's the commandment there? Thou shalt jump?
Yep, thou shalt jump.
I would say that I think that the first several songs in the album are the strongest.
Yeah.
And then once we get to Say My Name, there's a real drop in quality.
Yeah, this was too
16 tracks. It's a
like,
lot
yeah,
of tracks.
like She Can't Love You, the song that was right at maybe it's Now That She's Gone was the one. Where's that one?
That's the
track 7.
That's also a cheating song.
I didn't
you
care for
cheated
that
on me
one
with
either.
somebody. Now that she's gone, you want me back.
I didn't like that one.
More of a slow jam.
Yeah, and same with She Can't Love You is also a slow jam, and I think those ones were. I mean, granted, I just didn't.
Got some Latin vibes.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, So Good was, that's a good, strong track, too, to come out with. I mean, that should have been the first track, obviously.
Right, we can get rid of intro.
Yeah.
Although in the days of CDs,
You just skipped
make
it
it your
anyway.
own experience.
Exactly.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
So this, that noise is so...
Yeah, that was also something. There's little guitar beeps also.
And also
that
the
was,
sort of harpsichord
guitar,
sounding
just computer
guitar
beeps.
thing that's the it's in the No Scrubs, and it's in stuff on this album. It's in a lot of R&B from the late 90s. Let me see if I can... Not that. Oh, this seems early 90s.
Yeah.
I kind of like this one.
Yeah,
There's a hottie at the party, but she remembers, oh, wait, I have a boyfriend.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby, where'd you go? I need you.
So there's a lot of different musical styles on this album, I
Yeah.
think, too. It's a lot of they don't all sound exactly like the same song.
No, I agree.
The four singles are pretty different from one another.
Yeah,
This song's pretty simplistic,
yeah,
but what it's trying to do is make you dance at a dance club. And I
Right,
think
yeah.
I think it effectively met those goals,
Yeah.
those modest goals.
I danced to it.
I remember jumping to this song when it told me to jump. Much like the House of Pain.
Oh, this is it. This
Criss
is the one
Cross,
that says
Van Halen,
Jump
the
and
Pointer
Jump.
Sisters.
It says, although widely rumored, this single does not feature the vocals of former group members LaToya Luckett and Lativa Robinson, as it is solely Beyonce who sings this song. So Beyonce's singing all this song is what it sounds like.
I would say what everybody should do that's listening to the podcast is they should Google Beyonce Knowles 1999 and present and look at the two different pictures. She really looks like a baby in these years.
Yeah,
like,
right.
She doesn't look like an adult even.
No.
Like she's so young.
Well,
It's
yeah, what
crazy.
is she, like 20 or something?
And the band started on Star Search in 1990.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
How old must
Yeah.
she have been at that
She
point?
had to be pretty young.
And so they were working on being a famous R&B act from then till this album came out. I mean, the
Right.
first album sold, but it wasn't. They weren't huge. But there was this album that really, like we said,
She's born in
stratosphere.
81.
Yeah. So she was 9.
9, yep.
She was 9. I'd like to see that Star Search.
Yeah.
Apparently they
Ooh.
rapped. It was more like a rap R&B combo.
Like
and
a,
it was when they decided to...
Be like Kid and Play. Or not Kid and Play.
or the New Kids on the Block.
Crisscross. You've already mentioned them. They'll make you jump.
Criss Cross will make you
Yeah.
jump. That's for sure. I was listing all the people that made you want to jump. Do you want me to tell you again?
Yeah.
Van Halen, Pointer Sisters, Criss
Criss
Cross, House of Pain.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. I mean, those are the main ones that come to mind.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they all do make you want to jump.
Right. And so
For my love. Jump in.
That's right. Like I had one of my first jobs out of college was to talk people down from the ledge. You know, I wish you would step off that ledge, my friend.
Oh, jumper.
But I'd arrive blaring, you know, jump for my love.
It's funny.
Jump in.
Third Eye Blind really is the opposite of a party band, so they don't want you to jump.
No, exactly.
They wish you would
right.
step off that ledge.
Exactly.
My friend. They don't have any, like, real bangers
Third Eye Blind? No, they don't.
for some reason.
Don't know why that is.
I don't either. So, any other backstage drama? Are
No,
you a
I
Beyonce fan, present day?
No, not really.
I am a huge Beyonce
Really?
Knowles fan currently.
My favorite Beyonce song is the one from Austin Powers 3.
What's that?
It's called like "Shake It Off" or something. No, that's the Taylor Swift song. Exactly. It's a pretty good song though.
Oh, she's in that, right?
She is, yeah.
Gold member. I never seen it.
Oh, you're not missing
The
anything.
second one rubbed me the wrong way.
Sure, but Heather Graham was in it.
You want to hear? Oh, what? I'm going off here. Heather Graham was in the second one,
Yes,
and she is very fetching in her little '60s get-ups.
yes,
But you have to put up with a lot of fat bastard.
yeah. Oh, it's called "Work It Out." "Work It Out." My favorite Beyonce song.
So
But we don't have to play
I feel
it.
like
You
the
just
thing
Google it and
is
listen
that
to it.
you haven't ever heard the latest Beyonce album. Is the problem?
Lemonade. I've not listened to Lemonade.
So So I have always sort of tolerated Beyonce's solo work in the same way that I sort of pleasantly tolerate this album.
Yeah.
But Lemonade has legitimately made me a fan. Like,
Oh.
I'm just
Did you
as
listen
excited.
to the Carters?
That new thing?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I'm hoping that whatever she puts out after that is better than that.
Okay.
But the Lemonade album and its attendant videos, but you can just listen to the whole album all the way through, whether it's the Jack Black stuff or there's Kendrick is on there, and it's all just 100% great. I mean, and in a way, like if she were an artist that just had that album, I feel like she would be making more of a stir and more of a scene, because it is probably one of the best albums I've heard in like the past 5 years.
Do you remember she got all that flack for she did that Daddy's Girl song at the Country Music Awards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the flack?
Like they were like, there was a lot of people there who said they were going to boycott it and everything like that. They didn't think she should be performing at the Country Music Awards and everything.
We
like
only
that.
have crappy music here.
Well, right. It's I think there might have been something to do with their race, but it
But they have Darius Rucker.
yeah, I don't know why, but and it's not like Beyonce knows she's from Houston. She's from Texas. It's like
Right.
she's bona fide South. She's Southern.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be
Well, I don't think I can get into that right now.
No.
But I will say that is a sea change for her work, in my mind at least. Like, Put a Ring on It, Single Ladies, for example.
Yeah, right.
I can barely listen to
Yeah,
that
no,
song.
that
doesn't do
I'm
anything for me.
Done
And-
with that one. That one was also.
But yeah, if you listen to the Lemonade album, it's just so good, and top to bottom, quite good, and lots of different musical styles. I
like her
like
sister's
it a lot.
album, Solange Knowles.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, it was good.
Anyway, so it's hard to find any musical history of that album that I really like in this album.
Oh, okay.
But this album does remind me of kind of the good old days.
Of 1999.
I mean, if like me, you were in your late teens or early 20s when this came out, I'm pretty sure this album's going to bring a smile to your face. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like, this
did.
was at parties, at dance clubs.
Right.
It was
I mean, those 4 songs.
fun.
Right. Yeah.
And the rest of the stuff on the album is mostly fun too.
It's
like
okay.
it sort of
yeah,
seems like
I think I definitely preferred the more fun songs than the more earnest, slower songs. So,
same,
yeah.
same. And I think there's a few that could be, gotten rid of
Right.
totally. I mean, we could get down to 12 good ones.
Yeah, it would
here.
be a solid album with the 12 tracks, yes.
But we have a rating system.
We do.
Can you tell me about that?
Oh, you know what? I saw a 4-star rating system on something else, and I was like, that's a good thing. It was 1 star is bad, 2 stars good, 3 stars is excellent, and 4 stars is extraordinary.
So my problem with that is 2 stars. I don't think I give to things that are good.
Good. No, I didn't think so either.
I would
And because
say
that reviewer gave it 2.5 stars, and it
Somewhere
was like,
between tolerable and good.
yeah,
I think maybe 3 is good.
3 should be good, and yeah.
2 is 1.5 is tolerable. I
Yeah.
don't know what 2 should be.
Sure. Yeah, it's a hard system when you do it like that.
Right. But I do think 4 stars is better than 5.
Yeah, I agree. So, but and then 3 stars isn't enough stars. Like if you did a 3-star, 1, 2, 3 star system.
Yeah, although that Likert scale is a little more clear.
Yeah, that's true. Good or bad.
Okay.
Okay.
The problem with 3-star systems like that is that everything would get 2 stars, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So the 4-star allows you to say,
There's
some
some halves.
stuff exists in this upper strata.
Right.
Let's play a game.
Okay.
What do you think I will give this album? And I will guess what I think you will give.
Oh, that sounds fun. Okay. I'm thinking you're going to give it 2.5.
I'm going to give it 3 stars.
Okay.
And I'm thinking you're going to give it 2.5.
I was leaning towards between 2.5 and 3. So,
all right. Well,
yep.
We are going to review a movie in a little bit, right?
Yep. We're gonna come back and talk about The Haunting. Ooh.
That noise has nothing to do with that movie.
We'll be right back.
More like boring.
There once was a house, a bright, happy home. Something bad happened. Now it sits all alone. Is this where you're going?
That's Hill House. It's perfect, isn't it? You all suffer from sleep disorders. My job is to find out why.
What's the deal with the Addams Family Mansion? I gotta be honest, I don't get a real strong sleep vibe from this place.
Don't you love it here? This is so twisted.
Calling it an insomnia study allows me to create a highly suggestive environment to observe the dynamics of fear.
Welcome back to my so-called podcast.
Wow, that's real scary.
Wow.
He does that.
Family Mansion.
He does that in the movie too. He goes, wow, I think I got the short stick of the in the bedroom department.
I think he says wow about 4 times.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wow fest.
Yeah.
It's like before anybody told Robert De Niro, he went a little bit.
Exactly.
So he stopped doing that. Now Owen Wilson's very self-conscious about.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, you girls, what are you doing? Well, yeah, welcome back. That was a preview of The Haunting.
Wow, you're so dominant. Wow.
I think that was The Haunting.
Yeah, I may or may not have a Owen Wilson wow button generator on my phone.
Sounds like it. Okay. Going back to July 23rd, 1999.
Oh yeah.
And this is the these were
there
the
were other movies out.
These were the movies that were out at the same time The Haunting was out. Number 10, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Boo.
Yep. Number 9, The Wood. This is a story about
Omar Epps.
A eccentric director in the 1950s. The Wood.
Starring Johnny Depp,
Johnny Depp.
and Omar Jeps.
And Bill Jeffrey. Jessica Parker.
Directed by Danny Jelfman.
Yeah. Number 8, Tarzan. Is that Disney's Tarzan? Yeah. I guess so. Number 7, Wild Wild West, previous Massive podcast.
I get it. I make love in the Wild Wild West.
That's right. That's a bad movie. Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Bad movie.
You had your choice of bad movies to see in the theater this weekend.
Number 6, Lake Placid.
Bad movie.
Yep. Number 5, Big Daddy. It was kind of a bad movie.
Yeah, it starred Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Number 4, Eyes Wide Shut.
Good movie.
Yeah. Number 3, American Pie. It's a fine movie. I don't want to call it a bad movie.
I think we have to revisit the American Pie for the podcast because it definitely is a thing.
Yep.
It's not a bad movie.
I don't
not
a
great movie.
No, it's not a great movie, but I don't want to call it a bad movie.
I mean, thank you for introducing the term MILF to the culture.
Exactly. Number 2, Inspector Gadget.
Never had one lesson. I never saw it.
And number 1, the movie we're talking about this week, The House on Haunted Hill.
No, that's a different movie.
Oh, that's the movie I watched.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
That came out, I think, earlier in 99.
And it's also a remake of a previous movie.
Right.
Yep.
So The House on Haunted Hill is a Vincent Price movie.
I've seen the original.
Where he invites a bunch of people into his
He
house.
also invents a lot of spookiness.
He invites a lot of people into his house in order to spook them.
Yep.
And it's like there's a prize for who
there's
lasts the whole
some
night
cash
or whatever.
prize.
Right. That's a much...
It's not like
first
a
of
coupon.
all,
He's not like, you've won this coupon.
but there's that's at least makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a creepy house. If you can make it the night, you win this prize.
Yep.
That premise, better than the haunting premise
Right.
already.
Well, okay, so...
Anyway, the house on Haunted Hill. The haunting is based on, confusingly enough...
The Haunting of Hill House.
which is
Hot
a book.
damn. Yes.
Which is the basis of several things.
Another movie called The Haunting.
Another movie called... A television show called The Haunting of Hill House.
Which is the current Netflix one, which is why you suggested.
Why we did this.
Yeah.
A Stephen King miniseries called Rose Red.
Yeah, that's right.
And lots of haunted house things that are sort of tertiary.
Yeah, like the haunting, the book, The Haunting of Hill House, is kind of your haunted house base movie. It's like it.
What year
really,
did that come out?
It's I don't know, 50s, the early 50s.
You think there weren't haunted houses before the 50s?
I think that reset the genre to be like this. No, there definitely was haunted houses before it because she based
like the house that my uncle still lives in.
Oh,
Gary, I've been meaning to invite you to a weekend away at my uncle's house.
I won't do it.
In Pennsylvania.
Make sure you wash your necks. Okay, so The Haunting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. You have an either or.
Okay. Gary, The Haunting is a 1999 movie starring Liam Neeson,
Okay, yeah.
Owen Wilson,
Yep.
Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Yep.
and Lily Taylor.
Lily Taylor.
If you were head of DreamWorks SKG in 1998,
Yes.
either you would greenlight an $80 million movie starring Lily Taylor,
Yeah.
or you would not.
Okay, well, I think... So, I don't have anything wrong with Lily Taylor. She's a fine actress.
No. I'm not saying, is Lily Taylor a good actress?
Yes.
Would you greenlight a movie starring her for $80 million directed by Jan De Bont? Yes or no?
And working off of this script. I think you also have a problem there.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What script?
Yeah, exactly.
I think, honestly, they had them all wander around and make up crap in front of a green screen, and then they just animated stuff around them.
It
was sort of like Waiting for Guffman-esque.
I felt like some of the lines, I think she would have been better, though. I think she was...
It's rough.
She had memorized lines
So rough.
and just did not believe them or something. I don't know.
Oh, no. She memorized that one line. The children need me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she says that a lot.
So
She says it several times.
right, Lily Taylor is a good actress.
I know.
Shot Andy Warhol. She's really good in that.
6 Feet Under.
I know, maybe.
Like seasons 2 and 3 or
Say
something.
anything.
3 and 4.
She's enjoyable.
No, she's great.
Yeah.
She's actually not bad in this, given...
Right.
I mean, no one's good.
But
I mean,
there are
Liam Neeson is a good actor.
There are just
Catherine
these lines.
Zeta-Jones is a good actor.
Owen
Owen Wilson's a
Wilson.
good actor. But you can't polish a turd.
No,
Gary.
I think that's the biggest problem. So we start out right away with a nice, I guess, zoom in from a helicopter shot under this apartment, right?
Right. And we start with a big scare, right?
Yeah. Yep.
No, we start with her arguing with some relatives about
Yeah, Virginia Madsen.
and the dad from My So-Called Life
Exactly.
about the particulars of some will, and
Yes.
we're not sure whose will,
Right.
and something is going on. And I was like, wow, this is one Rip Snorton scary movie.
Exactly.
I don't care about anything. And we haven't even set like a tone of scariness or anything.
Right. And she gets that call. That was like the worst thing where she gets the call. What? Okay, I'll check. She's like,
What did she check?
She looks in the paper and there's a study for insomnia.
Oh, yeah, they actually call back to that.
I know, which is ridiculous.
100
because-
minutes later,
Exactly.
she's like, why did you call me?
Yeah.
I didn't call you.
And it was kind of like nobody remembers that. Everybody has forgotten about that.
No one is still in the theater,
Exactly.
actually, is what you meant. Okay, so she gets a phone call.
Yeah, she
looks
for
in the paper.
studies, insomniac. She has problems sleeping because her mom always woke her up. And Liam Neeson is doing a. It's not. I mean, it's supposed to be a sleep study, but
So they move quickly from this people arguing about a will and
Yeah.
the particulars therein to a riveting scene of the dean arguing with Professor Liam Neeson
Exactly.
about his dumbass
Study,
experiment
yeah.
and the ethics therein.
Yep.
And both sets look like they cost about $6.
yeah, they were pretty bad.
There's
Yeah,
like
the apartment,
a few
and
TVs stacked on top
That's
of
right.
TVs.
Yeah.
And some,
Well, they spend all the money on
board.
Hill House, so they weren't able. And that's when we
Virtual
hear about
Hill House.
and that's where we hear about Hill House is during that argument. You can't have this study at Hill House. I need it to be at Hill House.
And he's like, why? And he's like,
Science. She blinded me with science.
can we talk about this experiment a little bit?
please.
His experiment protocol is, I'm going to pay 3 people. So a huge number of people.
Yes,
So
yeah.
it'll definitely prove something.
Which
To come to a house
yes,
in the Berkshires. Where's the Berkshires?
upstate New York.
Is
no,
it?
I think it's supposed to be Concord. It's in
They say that it says
Hartford
the
or Connecticut.
Berkshires. Anyway, Western Massachusetts.
oh
So you're going to come to the Berkshires. You're going to go to a house.
yep.
It's an insomnia study, but he's lying to the subjects about what the study's about.
Right.
It's actually to scare them, to quote unquote learn about the social aspects of fear.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, yeah. He's there, and how they interact with each other. How the fear amongst the group. Yes.
So this is not a science experiment
No.
at all. Not even close.
No. And I was reading. So, what's your time frame on this movie? Like, how long do you think they were at the house?
At least 48 hours.
Okay, yeah, but a weekend kind of is how I was
Yeah.
thinking it too. Where the book apparently takes place over a whole summer, and
So I think, honestly, the things that the book has in common with this movie are the words haunting,
yes,
hill,
the
and
characters
house.
and the characters' names are the same.
which is stupid.
Yes,
Right, because there's nothing whatsoever to do with one another,
no,
right?
I think there's also that's the characters' names. 4 people spending the night.
Oh, it's
in
the
house.
people.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So they all have insomnia,
yeah.
including, is Todd Field have insomnia, or is he helping with the experiment?
Is that Owen Wilson's character?
No, Todd Field is Todd Field, the director of In the Bedroom, who's there with the red-haired girl.
Oh, right. Okay.
So at the beginning, we've got Liam Neeson, the red-haired girl.
Yeah, it was an
Todd
assistant.
Field.
Yeah, I guess he
Owen
was an
Wilson.
assistant also.
It's unclear.
It is unclear. You're right.
At the point where if he is an assistant at that point, we have as many humans running the experiment as subjects.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
which
right.
is like super dumb.
Which I don't. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. So
okay. So it's a dumb experiment. And I do think that the person who, the dean is right. It's a dumb experiment.
right.
Like, it shouldn't be funded. And it wouldn't be funded.
Oh, okay. Let me just tell you, because the book, they are there to investigate. So Owen Wilson's character actually is the heir to the house. He's supposed to have the house. And the other three are there to investigate supernatural goings on.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So much more sense.
Than having a sleep study happening there.
Right. So they bring him there. They're like, we're gonna learn about, sleep, etc. Mm-hmm. Right.
Right.
And creepiness ensues, mostly for Lily Taylor.
Well, first
they all meet each other.
Yeah, you gotta do that, and then the way Catherine Zeta-Jones and Lily Taylor's characters meet, and they go and they look around the house, and you get these set pieces that are like
spend a lot of money on these sets.
Right.
Let's go walk around and look at these sets.
Exactly. Also laying the groundwork for, hey, psst, this is gonna show up later in the movie.
Right.
This spot.
The place where the film takes place will show up later in the film.
Right, yeah. But even those specific...
It's like a video game, though. It's like the room where everything rotates.
Exactly.
The room where you have to walk on books
jump over the water, yep.
Yeah, it looks like a super expensive version of the Carnival Haunted House at the fair.
Oh,
that
yeah,
you go through
right. Yeah.
all the rooms.
Yep.
And they do, to the credit of the screenwriter, they're at least like, why are we at a haunted house?
Yeah,
wow.
I didn't say that. Wow. And then I also, I almost feel like there's a one scene, but where, so creepiness is going on, but only Lily Taylor is the only one that can really see it.
I would say it takes about 40 minutes for anything remotely creepy to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's like the will scene, the ethics scene,
Yep.
introduction of characters scenes, the wandering around the house scenes, which are not scary.
Right. The only one. The first scene is the wire hits the red-haired assistant, and
that's about 45 minutes in.
You think that's okay?
And so what? Why? What is that?
We need,
and
they
it's
need
like,
to get her
okay,
out.
There's 6 people in the movie. Now there's 5 people.
Exactly.
4 people in the
4
movie.
people.
Right.
Yeah, poor Bruce Dern. Wasted.
Bruce Dern. Oscar nominee
Exactly.
Bruce Dern gets a scene and a half.
Yeah, let's call it a half a scene at the end.
And his lines are so dumb. Like,
yeah, well...
Remember he's like, some people feel safe keeping things in with chains.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Other people... I fell asleep. I don't know what he said.
That's right, yeah. And Lily Taylor at that point, too, is like, why are there so many chains? It's like...
Okay.
I was going to say, Owen Wilson makes a point of, it almost feels like he ad-libs his part where he's like, I'm leaving now. I'm going to close the door, give you some privacy.
And it's...
Exactly. But it's almost like he needed to add that line to be like, why would my character close this door?
Right.
To make it, and it's like, I'm going to close the door for you, give you some privacy.
Well, and the door is redonkulous. It's like
huge.
25 feet tall.
Yeah.
Not like... It is 25 feet tall.
And then the fireplace is huge, too.
Right. It's... So, but let's talk about Catherine Zeta-Jones for a second.
Okay.
Her character...
Theo. Yeah. Theodora. Right.
So, Theo, I would say, is sort of presented originally as sort of your nymphomaniac, histrionic, sort of...
Oh, yeah, they all get
She's bisexual. I mean, within the first 30 seconds, we learn that she's got provocative clothing. She's bisexual. She's, sort of promiscuous, and that never goes anywhere.
Well, neither does Owen Wilson diagnose. He's giving diagnosis to the two girls. He's like, "You're this, you're this," and it's like, well, what good does he have that? I mean, that doesn't help at anything later on,
right?
So.
But the thing that they do with her, the way that it feels is very transparently like a creepy old man film producer said, we need Catherine Zeta-Jones because I saw that in Entrapment. We need her.
Yeah, let's get her
I
butt.
like her butt in this movie.
Exactly.
And then she showed up on set and she's like, what is my character supposed to do? And they're like, just say some stuff that's sort of contemporary or like what the kids say these days.
Well, again, so let me tell you, I was reading about the book, and she apparently in the book was, it was also hinted that she was a lesbian in the book, that character.
Right, but I'm sure in the 50s that was some sort of taboo, beyond the scenes kind of like something she was ashamed of, and secrets and hauntings and whatnot.
59 is when the book was published.
Whereas in this, she's like, I got girlfriends, I got boyfriends, whatever.
They don't like each other.
Do you like my boobs?
Yeah, exactly.
It's stupid.
It was stupid.
She also mentions the Martha Stewart catalog.
Okay.
Like, you wouldn't find that in the Martha Stewart catalog.
Oh, right.
That's not a thing, right?
No.
There's no Martha Stewart catalog.
I don't know.
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
Okay.
I think she has a magazine and a television show, recipes. It's not a store.
No, that's true.
So
Sears catalog, but Sears wouldn't allow her to use their name. Kmart, yeah.
Shop smart.
Shop S-Mart.
Shop S-Mart. The other thing is she's got the boots from Milan, not New York.
Oh, that's right.
New York has trash.
That's right.
Why does somebody that wants the Milan version of the boots, not the New York version of the boots, want this study that's $900 a week?
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Why?
Oh, no, she wants to sleep. She can't sleep. She doesn't care about the money so much.
But I don't know if he's saying he's going to help you sleep. He's going to try to determine why you can't sleep. Right?
Oh, well, once you know the why, you can conquer it.
Yeah, that's the way science works.
Yep.
We study why people have problems, and at the end of that study, all of them don't have those problems anymore.
Exactly, yep.
We
found your problem.
The other thing
you have cancer. Now that we found it, you're good.
You're good. The other thing I noticed about Todd Field's character, you know what his name is?
No.
Todd.
Nice.
Stupid.
It was stupid.
Once they layer in everything, Liam Neeson starts telling some scary stories to tell in the dark to the three people.
Yep.
And this is the part where it's supposed to be the science experiment.
Yes.
He's going to suggest some spooky stuff.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And then
so
he
starts to
Owen
tell a
Wilson,
story of
I guess his name wasn't Hill. What was his name?
I don't care.
But
he's
old man, scary McFace, and because like
the one that built Hill House.
He built a Hill House. His wife, they wanted kids in the house. They wanted the house to be full for the family, but they didn't have any kids, and they died childless. Is the story Liam Neeson tells the whole group?
Right, and then
he tells
once
Owen Wilson
they died, once they didn't have kids, one of them died, the woman.
Yes.
And he kept building onto the house rooms they didn't need after rooms they didn't need after rooms they didn't need.
Right.
Which is the story, the real life story of the Winchester house in California. Which that goes back to the early genesis of this project, which was Stephen King and Steven Spielberg sitting down to try to write kind of a Winchester House, Hill House screenplay. And they both kind of soured on one another and didn't end up making a movie. But then they still made a movie out of it for some reason.
Right.
It was just an abortion. 2
separate movies.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite thing in the movie is whenever Owen Wilson's in bed reading and he has that candy shooter. That, like, candy
exactly. Yeah, he's timing it perfectly to open his mouth. You're right. That was pretty good.
That's like a little piece of humanity peering through the crapulence.
Yeah, almost again. This is Owen Wilson coming right off of Rushmore too.
I know,
and so
and it's definitely, like I said, creepy old man. He's gonna swoop in and give millions of dollars to somebody that has some sort of talent.
Yeah,
and is gonna just.
I feel like Owen Wilson was. He may have improvised that part, or brought it up to Jan. Hey Jan, maybe I use this candy shooter.
And Jan De Bont was like, I don't know what's going on at all.
Exactly.
Do whatever the hell you want as long as I can keep my head afloat. It can't be Speed 2,
right.
Part 2. So, computer-generated imagery does not age well.
No, it did not. Especially all the babies with their wide eyes.
So there's a lot of baby heads in the movie that are carved into like fireplaces and whatnot. They change.
Yeah, they're like, what?
And there's also curtains and stuff that sort of come alive and look at things. Window. That doesn't. Liam Neeson is a good actor, right?
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn.
He's... It's a bad summer for Liam Neeson.
It was.
But he's so underused here. Like, what's his character's deal?
We don't know. I mean, everybody's motivation is you don't know why they're doing anything.
Except for Lily Taylor thinks that the children need her.
Right.
But why does she think this?
Well, that one pillow ghost told her at first, "We need you,"
and she wasn't like freaked.
No, yeah, that one.
I got a pillow ghost telling me it needs me. She's like, I need to stay here.
Right.
The children need me. What?
Right. It's ridiculous.
There's a really expensive scene in the 2-story greenhouse with a spiral staircase.
Yes.
It looks like it costs a lot of money, and it looks kind of dangerous, but it's real boring.
It was. And that was like, oh, is he going to make it? It's like, I didn't care at that time.
I was like, maybe he'll die.
Let's hope he dies. Something will happen.
Maybe this character's head will explode.
Exactly.
Like, at least that'd be something happening.
And then, so, they get out of that fine. He climbs the ladder. He gets her down. How's he get her down? I guess there's another stairway down.
Right.
Because, and then...
Who cares?
Exactly. And then he's in the greenhouse later and kind of inspecting, and the statue grabs him and starts drowning him.
And then the spits blood.
Exactly.
The statue spits Liam Neeson's blood out of its mouth.
But Liam Neeson gets up. He's like...
And is fine. Where does the blood come from then?
And why did the statue stop? It's not like Liam Neeson used his lightsaber to cut himself free.
Well, it was... Yeah, I mean, it's a giant concrete hand.
Yes.
You think it's stronger than Liam Neeson? Because I do.
I do too, yes. So that didn't make any sense.
But then, the denouement.
Wait, are you going to talk about how Owen Wilson wants to get out of the... he drives the car at the gates, really?
There's also a scene where Catherine Zeta-Jones slaps Liam Neeson. I have a YouTube clip of this I'd like to play because I think it's the most hilarious part of the movie.
I am trying to help people. My field of study is the science of fear. I try to understand why people act the way they act, why they feel the way they feel.
Okay, so he says this, and she smacks him.
Yes.
I am trying to help people.
Trying to help people.
My field of study is the science of fear. I try to understand why people act the way they act, why they feel the way they feel.
The way they feel.
I'm trying to... And it's like... You're not doing those things,
No.
bro.
Well, that's why she slaps him. You know what I was actually disappointed about, though? Okay, so Owen Wilson drives the car into the gate, all right?
Right.
And
Enemy at the gates.
and
Because
then the thing
there's
falls down.
one or two chains around the gate.
Exactly.
The only way to get out, drive a car through it.
Right. It doesn't work, though. And then that thing falls down, and he can't get out, and we see the gas leaking, and then Liam Neeson breaks the back window with the
To
shovel.
get him out before the car explodes.
Exactly, and then it
does
it
not
does
explode.
I was like, when it was going, I was like, oh, they're gonna be able to pigeonhole a nice explosion into this movie, but then they didn't, and it was like, well, why? Why did we set all that up?
So Owen Wilson is like, so for a long time, Lily Taylor sees the ghosts and nobody else does.
Right.
She tries to convince them that there's ghosts, sort of half-assed.
Right.
And they are like,
Even though, like,
you
earlier
know,
in the movie,
she's got some problems.
Earlier
you know
in the
what
movie,
I
though,
mean?
Catherine Zeta-Jones witnessed, like, there was the banging on the doors, and it got
But
so
I think
cold.
I think that the other two sort of come up with explanations for
Right,
the
yeah,
things
the
that
pipes.
she buys.
Yeah.
But then later on, Lily Taylor becomes very convinced that not only is it haunted, but the children need her.
Yeah, they do.
And
They
she
needed
is
her, right?
unambiguously
it was proven
convinced.
that they needed her.
Right. And everybody else is like, Liam Neeson's like, I'm shutting it down.
Exactly.
I'm shutting it down.
I flew too close to the sun.
I learned too much about fear.
Exactly.
He grabs her and he's like, stop being crazy. and she doesn't stop being.
Right.
He can't turn it off,
No,
right?
he turned it on, and you can't turn it off.
Meanwhile, Owen Wilson,
Yeah,
he takes
he
a
get-
magic carpet ride into the giant.
He really got a head.
He really lost his head.
Exactly.
I'll tell you, of all the actors in this movie, Owen Wilson is head and shoulders above the rest.
That's a good one.
I feel like Owen Wilson really moved to the head of the class in
right.
that scene.
Yeah.
They knocked Owen Wilson's head off.
Wait. You just said what they did.
Yeah, so magic carpet pulls him into the fireplace, and the big dongle knocks his head off.
The house is upset with him because he slashed the picture.
Right.
It was like, he's like, I think you've gone too far, Owen Wilson.
He's like, wow.
Exactly.
I've just gotten my head knocked off. Wow. You know, it'd be cool if it cut to his head on the ground and he was like, wow.
That's right. Or he's like, hey guys, I think this place is haunted.
I'm going to go with her that the children need her.
Exactly.
And then his tongue slowly comes out of his mouth. Anyway, so the next thing that happens
but it is a PG-13 movie, so we don't really see anything happen when his head comes off.
Although, is Jan De Bont trying to capture that speed magic of Dennis Hopper's head getting
yeah,
knocked
that's
off?
right. Maybe that's like if you go into IMDb and you see like a director trademark.
Heads getting knocked off.
Heads knocked off.
Yeah, it's PG-13. There's like no bad language.
No.
Hardly any violence except for a decapitation.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a really strange, it's sort of like, wow, he got decapitated. Like,
well, I mean, the house was still trying to kill the three of them.
Right.
So
but
they got to move
thank
on.
goodness Lily Taylor saves the day in a way that makes complete sense.
What? How? I must have blinked because I don't know how it made complete sense.
He comes out of his painting.
Yes.
The bad guy.
Right.
The house guy.
Yeah.
The children are scared. They're like,
help us, Lily Taylor, help us.
And then she...
Oh, first off, though, I guess we gotta say that she was related.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
She's
that
his
was-
great-great-granddaughter. So
Hugh,
she's related to some of the children.
Hugh Crane is the name.
Which I feel like is funny because it's like, is it Hugh Crane?
No, Hugh Crane. It's clearly
Hugh Crane?
yeah. Oh no, it doesn't make any sense.
I watched this with my whole family, and towards the end, Adam was like, "Is Owen Wilson Hugh Crane?" And I'm like,
really?
"No, but that makes just as much sense as
Well-
what I know about what's happening."
Right. And apparently Owen Wilson was a descendant of Hugh Crane in the book.
Oh, wow.
And so his house, where Lily Taylor I don't think was, but
wow.
they convince her to leave in the book, and but she kills herself by driving her car into a tree.
Don't tell me this story of the real movie.
Oh.
They're not related.
No.
They're not related in any way.
They're related in a little bit of a way, yeah.
So, tell me what happens at the end of this movie, Gary.
Lily Taylor dies. The ghost pushes her into a wall, right?
Of happiness. Though she dies.
She does have a big smile on her face. You're right.
But it isn't
a
her.
Very big smile.
So the ghost pushes her into those giant doors, which we had aforementioned.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
right,
that
which are
wasn't
purgatory that you can't buy in the Martha Stewart catalog.
Right. She's been there. I've lived in purgatory.
Yeah.
Between heaven and hell.
Yeah. It's like an AC/DC song.
That's right.
So it's a good movie.
It is the best movie. Yes.
It's pure gold. I'm going to tell you this is pure solid gold.
I don't know. I had seen this before. You hadn't seen this before?
I had.
Okay. I don't know why I watched it before.
I watched it before because the actors.
Yeah.
And it looked expensive.
Well, and I'm sure it was expensive.
It was $80
I mean,
million.
I think that's one of the problems is they tried to make a summer blockbuster movie and they don't understand.
Horror movies make money because they're cheap.
Right, yeah.
People will go see them for the first weekend, even if they're terrible.
And an intimate, this should have been much more claustrophobic. I mean, it's a haunted house. The film should have felt
it's
claustrophobic.
All ideas and mood.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, when the house comes alive and does stuff and scares her, it's kind of impressive.
Yeah.
Even though it's 20-year-old CGI, it's like the windows become eyes and the whole house kind of lurches at her.
Yeah.
If there was any kind of build-up or
it's
sense
a lot better,
to that.
a lot better than an Amityville horror.
Yeah.
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 That house looked bad, on it.
What's better than an Amityville horror?
The way they made the house come
look
alive.
like eyeballs. Yeah. I mean, I think that those scenes were where Jan De Bont's heart was.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Jan De Bont a bit.
Do you think was there any decapitation in Twister?
Of a cow, I think.
Yeah, right. See, there you go.
Decapitation.
No, nice.
So Speed.
Yep.
Twister. Speed 2. This.
Mm-hmm.
Lara Croft 2.
Done.
And he's Audi 5000.
Yeah. I mean, is it him or is it Hollywood who was like, oh, Jan De Bont, you're done. Thanks for Speed. But you're done after that.
Right. It turns out whatever was going on at Speed was a happy accident.
Exactly. Yeah. We gave you chances. You have not been able to repeat.
One of the things that's really fascinating about his career is that this film has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than one of his other films.
Oh, really?
And there's only 5 of them.
Right, yeah.
Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Oh, yeah.
3%.
Well, that was...
And that was like a $170 million movie. And then DreamWorks SKG was like, you know who we should trust with this $80 million haunted house movie? First of all, an $80 million haunted house movie is like a $200 million pirate movie.
Right.
Before the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Because if you made pirate movies, you're going to lose money.
Well, right. I mean...
Somehow Johnny Depp turned that all around. But what were they thinking?
This made a movie.
It would not be expensive to make a haunted house movie.
No.
It's cheap. How much did the Vincent Price one cost?
Well...
$20?
Maybe, yeah,
$30?
exactly.
It's still fun and scary to watch now.
Yep.
Wow.
Now.
Anyway. It's good. It's a good movie.
No.
I really liked it. Do we have a rating system?
Yeah, we have 4 stars as a well-deserved classic status, or did you want to do some sort of ghost rating?
No, go ahead.
4 stars is a well-deserved classic status. 3 stars is, this is a good movie, you should check it out. 2 stars is like, it's okay, it's fine. If it's on in the background, no worries. 1 star is, it's not good. You should not have watched it. When we watched it when we were younger, we were wrong. We shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, 1 star would be like, did you ever see The Haunting from 1999? It's that good.
Yeah.
1 star.
Yeah, this is a 1-star film. This is it's a bad movie.
It's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this trip to a pretty good album and
I've been
pretty bad movie.
Yeah, I've been Gary Linton.
And I've been Eric Spiegel. Apologize for the verbosity there towards the end of the movie portion.
Yeah.
But it's better than watching the movie, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Join us in 2 weeks where it won't be, sadly, Shocktober anymore. It'll be Rock the Vote-vember.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.